Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UHD King, or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and during this video I'm going to demonstrate two world's record. World's record number one will be completion of the Quake 2 PC game in less than 18 minutes. World's record number two will be rendering it in 16K UHD video resolution. So it's not only going to be the 16K video resolution benchmark, but it's also going to be a very comfortable, amazingly comfortable gameplay below 5 milliseconds under 16K UHD video resolution. And today I'm using the Intel i9 9900K overclock at 5.1 gigahertz and Nvidia Titan RTX video card Turing GPU architecture by Nvidia as a flagship video card as Titan RTX equipped with the 24 gigabyte of video RAM. By the end of this video, we're going to go through the technical talk. I'm going to introduce you to 16K UHD video resolution, to the 16K video resolution, to the PC configuration, and etc. A lot of data and a lot of value will be provided. This is going to be the world's first 16K UHD video resolution Quake completion. Quake 2 PC game, and it's going to be as close as possible to the original version, even if I'm going to run Quake 2 RTX PC game, but I'm going to switch from the ray tracing RTX to the OpenGL, and it's going to render it just like original Quake 2 under using the latest OpenGL API. I believe it's 3.2 or 3.6, and recompiled by the Nvidia, but it's going to, everything will be just as close as possible to the native Quake 2 PC game was using 3DFX Glide software render, and I believe it was another glide, and it was the OpenGL, if I'm not mistaken. But this one will be using the OpenGL. Let me know in the comments below what kind of OpenGL they're using, 3.2 or 3.6. But it's going to be very quick. It's going to be the fastest possible rendering of Quake 2 PC game, because the Nvidia compilation of Quake 2 source code will be the fastest. They did something to it, and it's running as fast as possible. All right, so 16K video resolution. Before we're going to jump into it, I'm going to remove the comments throughout it, but let me demonstrate to you the what kind of resolution my desktop is set, because I'm going to run Windows full screen mode just in case, so we can test. This is going to be the first vertex, the first data towards 16K UHD video benchmark in Quake 2 PC game. But in the future, we're going to test it on all kind of CPUs, video cards, GPUs, PC systems, including devices, iOS devices, Android devices, Apple devices, Macintoshes, all kind of different devices. All right, so let me zoom in. As you can see, I'm using the Windows 10 professional operating system, and I'm using Windows Magnifier Zoom tool because everything is so small, but everything is rendered, as you can see, without any blur. Try to do something like that and zoom in. I'm going to zoom into 1600%. 1600% on the Windows Magnifier Zoom tool in 4K UHD. Everything will be so pixelated and ugly. Over here, everything is so nice. 100% scale, 15,360 pixels by 8,640 pixels. This is going to be a single take, guys. Right now I'm coming in real time. The CPU AI removing the noise out of my mic. Keep that in mind because I'm sitting by the open case. Dual fan Titan RTX is kind of noisy. It's running 100%. So I'm using the CPU AI artificial intelligence noise removal. I'm not using the GPU because Nvidia RTX voice is a beautiful application, but it's using some FPS while removing the noise. So I'm using the CPU, so it's not even 1 FPS throughout the process. Keep that in mind. So that's it. In the end of this video, we're gonna go more in depth throughout the technical details of 16K video resolution and all the presets, my PC configuration, a lot of information I'm going to provide as a software developer, PC hardware enthusiast, PC overclocker, senior system engineer, game developer, graphics designer, 3D artist, 3D animator. So you want to stick around no matter what kind of industry you're coming. This is a great video, especially if you're a Quaker, if you're a classic gamer. Go ahead and smash that like button, guys. A lot of intelligence, time, money, energy was invested into this video. And please, please, please smash that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And share it with your friends. I really appreciate it because YouTube hates me so much because I'm not like one of those copycats. I'm showing the unique videos and they don't like it. A lot of companies still wants to sell you 1080p screens, 4K screens, but in 2023, by the way, today is October 28, 2023. This is the world's record in October 28, 2023, but it was available since 2018 while Nvidia released the Titan RTX video card, and it's possible with Titan RTX video card not only as 16K UHD video resolution, benchable experience in Quake 2 PC game under OpenGL, but a very comfortable, amazing experience running 5 nanoseconds latency delay, right? So I'm going to go ahead and execute. It's going to be without any mods. This is very important. RTX version on Steam. Here we go. And as you can see, it was RTX. I switch it to OpenGL like that. Okay, let me actually zoom in. Let me zoom in and show you what's going on over here. Oops, too much. This is under 1600%, too much of zoom. So you're gonna see if you're watching it on a tablet or phone, but I recommend to watch as minimum 4K UHD. Switch it on your YouTube player. If you're watching on YouTube, the best way to watch UHDking.com videos over the YouTube, or switch it to 8K UHD because I'm recording through the Nvidia Shadow Play in 8K UHD. Look how sharp everything is. This is, by the way, FPS frames per second, and MS stands for milliseconds. It's a latency delay before every single frame is rendered on every single level throughout this as fast as possible, below 18 minutes walkthrough or speedrun of the world's record. I'm going to short key the average FPS and I'm going to reset it so average FPS will be correct. All right, so Titan RTX and Intel i9 9900K overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz per every single core, but in the end of this video we're going to go more about it. So this is how we're going to do it, guys. This is the presets. This is exactly how we're going to do it through the RTX. I switched to OpenGL, as again I believe they're using 3.2 or 3.6 version of the OpenGL API. Let me know in the comments below if you know more information about it. So this is going to be as close as possible to the original classic Quake 2 PC game, but running the latest OpenGL, because the classic version of the Quake 2 was locked to 2560 pixels by 1440 and locked by John Cormack, but Nvidia recompiled that source code that John Cormack released, and they use the original what API is allowed without any limitations. So this is how I'm gonna do it. All right, and what else? This is these presets, but pretty much they're going to be useless, right? 100%, everything will be 100%. Screen setup, I think you want to see screen 100%. Console opacity 100%. Console scale 2x. Let's go ahead and do the maximum console scale. 4x is the maximum, just to show you how small the console will be. It's going to be unbelievable. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do it, guys. And yeah, so vertical sync is off, so maximum FPS is rendered, maximum FPS set to 1000, but we will never achieve that on a single Titan RTX video card that I'm using today by Nvidia, equipped with 24GB of video RAM, GDDR6 by Samsung. But this is very crucial because the video RAM will go way above 12GB, and Titan RTX is the first video card that allows to bench it under 16K UHD video resolution and also run it at comfortable FPS. Unbelievable. You can play it like this. It's unbelievable, guys. Alright, that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. So go ahead and enjoy it. Okay, it's going to be below 20 minutes, and then stick till the end of this video. We're going to do a lot of technical talk because this is the first vertex, the first point of data towards 16K UHD video resolution benchmark in Quake 2 PC game. And as again, I'm going to use it in the future while testing all kind of different CPUs, GPUs, PC systems, and mobile devices, Android, iOS devices with Windows 12 in the future over the UHDking.com. So stick around, guys. All right, I'm going to bring the console. This is how the console is, and I'm going to execute the UHD King benchmark 1.cfg. I'm gonna share this demo. This is the world's record demo in the future, probably over my ModeDB. Over the I'm developing the cinematic mode for Quake 2 RTX. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be the best ever Quake. It's going to utilize the RTX technologies by the Nvidia much better than Nvidia did in Quake 2 RTX. It's going to be unbelievable, guys. Physical correct materials, looking just like it should be, without not the hand drawing materials. And it's going to be cinematic mode by UGD King, by Artistic Bytes over ModeDB. Go ahead and check it out, Google it. But today is original Quake, alright? 16K UHD world's record for the first time, and completion as fast as possible in original Quake under 16K video resolution, another world's record. So I'm gonna go ahead and execute it, guys. Check out at the left top corner, data self-verified, explanatory, corrected, and I'm gonna reset every single level the average FPS, which is the second value of the FPS. As again, MS by the FPS stands for the milliseconds. It's a latency delay before every single frame is rendered. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and do that.
Establish communications. 80% later at this rate. Access and wet sector for 350. Greens, we're at 5% That's recon data indicates access through recon established and confirm heavy modification near enemy comm
Computer update.
Alright guys, some more information. So as again, for those naysayers, I probably shouldn't pay that much attention for the naysayers, but as again, 16K UHD, let me zoom in for you. Okay. Still recording. So this is going to be the second part coming out, and completely as original, as you can see, as best as possible to the original. This is unbelievable FPS, below 5 milliseconds latency delay. This is just unbelievable, guys. And this is the world's first video card that has allowed us to play it, because a little bit overload, a little bit over 12 gigabyte of video RAM, keep that in mind. So I'm going to execute the second CFG file. I'm sorry. What's here we go. Enjoy, guys.
Computer update. Computer update.
Just like the big gun areas. Imminent.
3, 2, and 1. Update. Computer.
Updated device.
Red force field. Deactivated. Computer.
We have a disabled communicator.
Computer updated. Computer updated.
Alright guys, that's all. This is how original Quakes look like, Quake 2 PC game, and running 16K UHD video resolution, and when comparing even to the Quake 2 Berserker, this is so dull. But go ahead and check out the video comments. I'm going to include the Berserker, the Quake 2 RTX, using the same World Record run, and all kind of different modes such as Quake 2 XP and all kind of different modes in the future, including mine cinematic mode for Quake 2 RTX, which will be the best looking Quake 2 PC game ever. Alright, so you saw it, right? Was single take. Let me go ahead and quit that. And by the way, on the wallpaper, this is exactly the system that I'm using right now. For the CPU cooler, I'm using the Corsair H150i Pro that comes with a 360mm radiator and 3 Corsair fans. So let me go ahead and introduce you guys. Let me go ahead and introduce you. First of all, as again, the reminder for those naysayers, but I probably shouldn't pay attention to the naysayers. But anyways, 15360 by 8640. This is 1600% zoom. This is unbelievable, guys. Try to do something like that on 4K UHD. 100% scale. Unbelievable. Let me close that. And as again, Quake 2 RTX with the OpenGL extension was running without any modes. This is very important. Okay, so it was actually the fastest compiler ever. Nvidia did a good job. They integrated the OpenGL, but it's just as close to the native as to the metal of the Quake 2 original game. Except, as again, Quake 2 original game was locked to 5560 by 1440p pixels, because the John Kermack thought this is the maximum monitor, and he was testing on it, and he kind of locked it artificially. he didn't make the resolution based on the API. Okay. And throughout that time, 3DFX cards was available. My first video card that I used for Quake 2 PC game was the 3DFX Voodoo 3 2000 that I purchased in 2000 or 2001, I believe, 2001, yeah. But I was also running the Quake on the software with the K62 AMD. It was the Cyrex during that time, K6-2 380 megahertz CPU with the 3D Now extension through the software. Okay, so that's why they used the software throughout that time. It was running the DirectX API, but through the software without any 3D accelerators. During that time, the top of the line was Voodoo 3 video card. When the Quake 2 was introduced, and it was almost like 2 years after it was introduced, before as well as when Quake 3 Arena was introduced, Voodoo 3 was introduced as well by 3DFX. That company is no longer. Nvidia purchased that and closed it down. Anyways, this is, guys, the stats. AIDA 64 GPU, while Titan RTX Nvidia TU102 GPU with the video RAM GDR6 versus this CPU, which is i9-9900K plus system RAM. The values, as well as AIDA 64 cache memory benchmark. You can see NS stands for the nanoseconds, just like at the left up corner, MS stands for the milliseconds. NS for the nanoseconds, the low value is better, and nanoseconds is faster than milliseconds. Keep that in mind. So I was running 8 physical core, 8 physical threads. It scored pretty beautifully. For the Intel Gen 9, it scored 7.5x almost. For the games, you care about the single thread performance under the CPU-Z benchmark, but multi-thread performance is great when you actually utilizing all the threads at 100%, such as 3D rendering processes, such as 3ds Max, Blender, Cinema 4D, while you're rendering through the CPU some scenes or animations. Okay, so hyper-threading technology with the 8 logical cores was disabled because when it comes to Intel Gen 9 CPUs, pretty much 8 logical cores, 8 logical threads, it's equal 2.5 physical CPU cores, so they're pretty slow, as you can see, almost like 3x. 3 logical cores equal 1 physical core, so I disabled them in the BIOS of the motherboard, while overclock from 3.6 gigahertz per each core, overclock to 51 multiplier, which is 5100 megahertz or 5.1 gigahertz per every single core, running it physically without lowering the frequency, and AVX2 instruction is also running 51 multiplier, which is 5100 megahertz, 5.1 gigahertz. Asus Z390 chipset, Maximus 11 here motherboard. Running EDX on PCI Gen 3, that single Titan RTX, I removed the secondary Titan RTX so I can overclock this Titan RTX without any hot air pocket, so I removed it completely from the system. But it's running EDX no matter what I did. It's running the same thing with RTX 2080 Ti and the same thing with the GTX 1080 Ti, including the Maximus 10. Here I was doing the same deal. I'm not sure, maybe Asus Lite, and it doesn't support. I thought it's a motherboard because I switched the Titans, I switched the RTX 2080 Ti's. It's still doing that. I did in the BIOS changes to 16x, didn't help. So it is what it is, but it's not going to make any difference for the single video card. For sure, it's utilizing just the same, trust me, guys. All right, maybe when you're running an SLI, maybe it's going to make any difference, but as again, based on the Nexus Gamers benchmarks, it was like only 1-2% under the 8K resolution. Maybe under 16K video resolution, it's a little bit of difference. Okay, so 1600 megahertz DDR4 times 2 3200 megahertz CL11, so not CL18, not CL16, not CL14, not even CL13. The low value is better. 1T command CL11. I was running 468 gigabytes each, so it's ready for quad channel, which is 256-bit, but unfortunately 390 chipset and Intel Core i9-9900K CPU. Supports only dual channel DDR4, which is 128-bit. But even if you're running 468 gigabytes, any cheapest possible DDR4 is going to generate maximum possible bandwidth. You don't need to buy an expensive one. It's going to give you that performance if you're going to run it like a quad channel. Keep that in mind. So this is a trick for the DDR4. The cache frequency on the cache level 3 on CPU was running 48 multiplier, which is 4800 megahertz or 4.8 gigahertz, instead of 42 multiplier, which is 4200 megahertz or 4.2 gigahertz. So 600 megahertz additional. It's reduced the latency in terms of the nanoseconds, level 1 cache, level 2 cache, and level 3 cache. Okay, because I was running CL11, as again the lower value is better. I believe when it comes to DDR4, one step down in latency delay, like from 12 to 11, will be above 200 megahertz difference in performance and on the CPU. And so based on this benchmark, this is how I bench it. But I'm going to verify it while I'm going to build the system on 12, 13, and 14 gen Intel CPUs with the chipsets, with the motherboard with the chipsets Z690, Z790 that supports DDR4. We're going to test this DDR4 because this is not the cheapest DDR4. This is actually Corsair DDR4 5000 megahertz CL18, but unstable on this motherboard and unstable on any motherboards that I tested, except Corsair told me it's going to be stable on Carbon Extreme, something like that. Godlike by MSI, the Z390 top of the line Carbon motherboard by MSI, but I have some doubts. But we're gonna test it on a Z690, Z790 chipset motherboards with the Intel 12 gen, Intel 13 gen, and Intel 14 gen that I'm planning to build, guys. And I'm gonna build it with DDR4 first to test it, to find out which one is faster, DDR4 5000 megahertz CL18 if it's going to boot, or DDR4 3200 but CL11 instead of CL18. Alright, we're gonna find out what will be the difference. I actually think 3200 megahertz CL11 will be faster than DDR4 5000 megahertz CL18 in PC games, but we're going to find out. Alright, guys, single Titan RTX, for those who's curious, was overclocked. Alright, so was overclocked by 75 megahertz on the GPU and 1200 megahertz on the video RAM, which is GDR6 by Samsung, without error corrections. Keep in mind that GDR6 by Samsung clock at 7000 megahertz by default from manufacturer by Nvidia, but its internal frequency, external frequency, which is effective frequency, will be 14,000 megahertz running stock. But if I overclock to the MSI Afterburner internal frequency plus 1200 megahertz, which is a lot, it will be times 2, 2400 megahertz as external effective frequency. So it's going to be 16,400 megahertz as effective external frequency, and we increase in terms of our bandwidth by 120 gigabytes per second. Additional bandwidth increased from 670 to 787 gigabytes per second, 120 gigabytes per second, which is 120,000 megabytes per second. It's twice faster than our overall bandwidth can push on the system RAM, which is DDR4, which is 50,000 megabytes or 50 gigabytes per second at maximum peak. Keep that in mind. This is unbelievable. We also increase pixel fill rate by 10 gigapixels per second while overclocking the GPU, and textual fill rate by 30 gigatexels per second. Let me bring value of the Titan RTX to stock so you're gonna see actually. Remember those values, now it's changed. Check it out. Those values changed now. All right, I bring it to stock. So this is the stock. All right, what else do you need to know? Oh yeah, my Nvidia driver was hacked and modified, and Nvidia Shadowplay GeForce Game Experience was hacked and modified as well. So it was recording in 8K UHD through the old school Nvidia codec that is supporting 8K encoding in real time, even based on Nvidia white pages and Turing GPU architecture, which is Turing GPU architecture as flagship as our Titan RTX today. But Nvidia didn't unlock these capabilities, and it's only unlocked these capabilities on the RTX 40 series video cards for sure in 8K while using the newer codec, AV1 codec, video codec, to record it, whatever you see through the Nvidia Shadowplay, your desktop in 8K UHD. But I was recording in 8K UHD, so please watch this video as for the best experience in 8K UHD. As again, because I was recording with Nvidia Shadowplay, my FPS was 3-5 FPS low slower while not recording. So go ahead and add 5 FPS to the FPS counter to get exactly the FPS without Nvidia Shadow Play recording at the same time, because it was recording on the same computer. Please keep that in mind. So this is, guys, let me show you. So Titan RTX was single. I removed the secondary Titan RTX. The resolution was not recognized by the Nvidia as DSR, but even if it would be recognized as DSR, as again, do not confuse DSR with the DLSS. DLSS is upscale. DSR is natively forcing and rendering in that resolution that is set to through the DSR, and then downscaling, which is not losing the quality, increasing the quality, and putting to your display through the cable, but it's rendering on the GPU that native resolution. And on the Turing GPU architecture, it's known as DSR legacy. Turing GPU architecture and previous GPU architecture, such as Pascal GPU architecture and Maxwell GPU architecture, older GPU architecture by Nvidia, it's known as the DSR legacy. And DSR legacy actually didn't use any AI, which is artificial intelligence. A newer DSR that was introduced on the RTX 40 series video cards, such as RTX 4090 video cards, RTX 4080 video cards, RTX 4070 video cards. Nvidia is using artificial intelligence on some pixels, so it's predicting the pixels and rendering them through the artificial intelligence, not all the frames, but some of the frames and or some of the pixels, and it's boosting up the process and a little bit faster FPS. But the result will be as good as native DSR or as good as native resolution in terms of the pixel quality. Keep that in mind. But it's going to generate a little bit higher FPS that native can do, which is better performance. Keep that in mind. But Turing GPU architecture is not supporting that DSR, newer way of DSR, and it's only using the DSR legacy, which will forcing the GPU to force that native resolution to render that native resolution in real time and outputting, down scaling and outputting through the cable. But Nvidia even didn't recognize that I was using the DSR, but indeed I was using the DSR, but it was hacked through the Nvidia driver in real time through the system RAM debugger tool. I learned that back in 2007 while I was programming in Visual Basic, my first programming language. A lot of old school developers using the first Microsoft computer languages know what is system debugger tool, system RAM debugger tool, so you can debug in real time. You can also compile the executable files in real time, grabbing the data from the system RAM, because everything is stored in the system RAM. All right, so this is what's up. Let me show you the let me show you guys the preset. So it didn't recognize the global settings. So the global settings, the DSR factor is not recognized. As you can see, it's off, but I'm using it, but it's not recognized because I use the system RAM debugger tool and I fooled the Nvidia driver. So thinking actually it's native resolution, and Windows 10 professional operating system that I'm using today also thinks that this is native resolution. So this is the default settings, but I didn't use the default settings. I create the profile for this single Titan RTX video card, and I maxed out the maximum performance like that. Go ahead and press the pause button, but still without any DSR. So it was generating maximum FPS. Titan RTX was overclocked, but as again, because I was recording, so almost the same performance as it wasn't overclocked, because the performance was taken by the Nvidia Shadow Play when it was overclocked. A little bit, yeah, so add just 5 FPS to the FPS that you saw throughout this video. Alright, so we're gonna test this guy's benchmark under 16K UHD video resolution in the future within all kind of different CPUs, GPUs, video cards, PC systems. I'm gonna build about the Mozilla PC version 6 with the 12, 13 and 14 gen. I'm still deciding which will I'm going to use, and with the newer video cards such as RTX 3090, RTX 3090 Ti, I want to test it as well, and RTX 4090 as well as RTX 5090 in the future, and the newer flagships for sure. For those who's curious, today is, look how small my desktop, it's just unbelievable. Today is, let me zoom in, today is October 28th, Saturday, 2023, see that? nighttime. I just woke up and I decided to record it for you. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. A lot of intelligent money, time was invested into this, and this is the legendary video. This is the first vertex, the first point of data towards 16K UHD video resolution, benchmarking towards the 16K UHD gameplays gaming. Keep 16K gaming. This is the first value, guys, the first data available on YouTube. I'm the YouTube pioneer of 16K UHD video resolution and 16K UHD gaming. Keep that in mind. Sharing with this data with you, and indeed, this is the real deal, guys. I'm not manipulating, not editing like those juniors from high school and such on YouTube. This is the real deal. So that's why you wanna smash that like button, subscribe for more great videos, and support me, guys. Because as again, YouTube hates me because I'm unique channel, and I'm sure sharing something that a lot of companies doesn't want you to see. They still want to sell you 1080p screens even and 4K screens, but in 2023 2024 you want to buy only 8K UHDs, and you want to buy 4 8K UHDs screens, 65 inches, and make yourself 280 inches array of 16K UHD and enjoy it. But however, Titan RTX cannot have 4 8K UHD array into the 16K UHD screen. It can render internally 16K UHD, but this video card doesn't have the ports, original ports on the original Titan RTX. Maybe in China they're gonna make some revised version, but by Nvidia original version cannot connect 4 8K UHD screens at 60 Hertz and create the 16K UHD 60 Hertz experience, which will be unbelievable if you into the RTS or RPGs. It's just unbelievable experience, guys. If you're gonna bring one of your friends and show it to him, it's going to be better than to show him the Lamborghini. It's going to be like those first of the experience when you saw the Doom or Quake on a PC for the first time back in 1990s. This is how your friend will remember that, and just show him like 260 280 inches for 8K UHDs, 65 inch per screen array into 16K UHD, 132.7 megapixels per each frame rendered in real time. Unbelievable for the RPGs or RTS real-time strategies, and even all kind of different games. I'm going to demonstrate it for you in 2024, this type of experience, and you're going to see a lot of copycats will be copying me. But you know who is the pioneer of 16K UHD video resolution? UHD King, guys. That's why UHD King. That's why I play 16K. Go ahead and check it out. So I showed you everything what you need to know. Oh yeah, let me show you why 16K video resolution is the maximum video resolution that you can have in PC games, and this is before the PC gaming will be dead in 2030, and everybody will be switching to the mobile gaming, mobile devices, because mobile devices will be in 2030 will be much faster than this system in 2023. But as again, this system was from 2018, and the experience that you saw today was possible all the way back in 2018 when Titan RTX was introduced. But I was benching all kind of different games, and I didn't record it in 2018 exactly the whole speed run, the 2 World Record. So support me, guys. Smash that like button so I will have more time. Please watch my ads, and I'm going to collect those pennies and invest back into the channel, back into you through the games giveaways. I'm doing a lot of games giveaways on the holidays. So this is the YouTube channel if you want to do the games, gameplay videos, all the crazy high-tech information technology, tutorials, software development, game development, graphic design, 3D animation, 3D modeling, game development. This is the best YouTube channel that you want to subscribe. Go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. So let me show you why. Let me show you real quick why the 16K video resolution is the maximum video resolution that is capable to be rendered on all kind of 3D rendering real-time APIs, commercial or open source in 2023. As a fact, I'm going to demonstrate it for you. So OpenGL, open source API, 16K video resolution XYZ, not 16K UHD, but 1000 pixels higher than 16K UHD, a little bit different aspect ratio. There is some guy, crazy guy, Tori AR, he's going to call it like, this is 16K UHD is a real 16K UHD, and this one is not real. He doesn't understand there is an aspect ratio of the resolution. But anyways, this is how he was calling the 8K. He's like, this is 8K, but this is 8K real. Anyways, 16,384 XYZ, this is the maximum. It can be should be rendered as square, as you can see, as even, but it doesn't recognize the widescreen or something under the API, and the API is pulling this data through the DLLs. But 2D can be rendered as 32K resolution, as you can see. You can also emulate as a software developer. I know it as a software developer. You can emulate 2D world as 3D world, but as again, it's not going to be native 3D world, but you can do it as a software development. Through the software development, you can do a lot of things, guys. So this is OpenGL. This is the Vulkan, guys. The same deal, 16K video resolution. On some APIs, it's called 3D canvas, 3D surface, whatever it's called, but 16K video resolution, same deal, XYZ, 16,384 and 32K S2D. All right. CUDA is the open source API by the Nvidia, and it's the world record when it comes to 2D. 3D will be the same, 16,384, so 16K video resolution as 3D canvas, 3D surface, 3D texture, whatever it's called. It depends what kind of API you're using as again. But check it out, CUDA is capable to render 131,000 in terms of the width and 65,000 in terms of the height in 2D. This is the best API that can do that. There is no other APIs can do that, and max grid size is unbelievable. Check it out, not even thousands, but it's a millions right here, grid size, maximum grid size. So CUDA is the best API because it was developed by the Nvidia, improved by the Nvidia. Original CUDA wasn't developed by the Nvidia. Nvidia purchased that company, but improved by the Nvidia to unbelievable levels, guys. All right. And DirectX API, by the way, the fastest API. People was thinking that Vulkan API was the fastest because they were saying those YouTubers that copying each other, that's close to the middle, close to the middle. But actually, DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 APIs are the fastest APIs, guys, out there. Faster than OpenGL, OpenCL, or even CUDA. It's the fastest API, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you throughout multiple benchmarks over the UHDking.com. So go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, so you're not gonna miss it. And as again, 16K video resolution as a maximum. All right, guys, so everything was demonstrated for you, so now you know everything what you need to know. As again, my name is UHDking, aka I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K. Have a good morning, good day, good afternoon. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Subscribe. Till the next time.